And like I said, Annie is somebody who had never trained weights before, about 3 months ago when we started training together. And then I lost her for about the last 3 months. Yeah. And then now she's back. So she's basically still in beginner mode. Yeah. But she had never touched weights before and saw her progress in 9 weeks by just following this simple concept that we're doing here today. So here we go. We're showing you guys the at-home version. So this one is for you girls building at home. We are going to take you guys through a top shelf glute workout. These are the exercises that you guys can be doing for the next 4 to 6 weeks to work on your upper booty growth. Because remember, growth comes from repetition. You got to stick to the same exercises over and over again, especially when you're at home with limited weight. This is what you guys want to stick to. And we're using a hip thrust belt. We're using the ankle straps with the 2 bands. We're using 2 dumbbells, and a fabric booty band. And that's all you need. I'm going to show you guys what you guys can stick to at home to make this happen. So, ladies, if you are tired of public gyms, you don't even need a public gym until you learn how to build your booty at home. And that's what we're going to take you guys through today. How Annie is able to grow her booty at home. We're going to take you guys through a beginner glute workout for the upper booty, building your top shelf. Show you guys how to put using the Peach Gains hip thrust belt. So I would always have the dumbbells closer to the belt, right? So then they're on the sides of your hips. You want them nice tucked in on the sides of your hips. It's most comfortable that way. Boom. And then you're just going to close this guy here. And just like that. And then you just adjust. You'll just adjust through your hip width, just whatever is comfortable to you. All right, let's do it. And we're going to do some hip thrusts. We're going to start by showing you guys the warm-up we always do. We're going to do some lateral walks. Here we go. So I would say do your lateral walks for about a minute. So we usually just go down and back is 1, and we do that 3 times just to get some blood flow going in the upper and lateral glutes using your fabric band, just right above your knees. And then we're gonna do step backs right after that. And she's gonna do 2 sets, 15 on each leg. Good. But this is what we do for our warm up every time. You just grab your fabric booty band, and it's just to get blood flow going in your glutes, in your hips, get loosened up. And then the second part to the warm up, just the step backs, keeping your weight on your front leg, and then just stretching that band back every time, just like that. And we got 15 each leg. Nice and simple. Adding more resistance with the band for the hip thrust at home is a great way for you guys to add that double torque when you're limited with weight. It's also a great superset. So we'll show you guys this after too. So we're gonna do the weight and the band, right? But then to really work for that pump, right after, we're gonna take the hip thrust belt and the weight off, and she's just gonna do the band, and she's gonna do like 20 more reps. This is what we do in gym as well. You guys see us do this all the time. We'll do the heavy load with the barbell, and then we'll do the band right after, just to add on to that, working for the pump, getting the metabolic stress. Good. But again, lighter resistance, higher reps. So she's gonna do 15 here. Beautiful hip extension, pelvic tilt at the top. So good. Keeping the knees open. And the band will also help you in teaching you on keeping your knees open, not allowing the knee valgus where you come here. Keep the knees open. That band will help you do that too, because you want to resist the band all the way up and down through your rep. Let's get 3 good ones. 3 good ones. 1, 2, 1 more. Good. Okay. Now, this is what she would do. She would do 20 more just using the band. Here we go. I bet if you guys just add this set right here into your days where you're doing your hip thrust, whether that's Monday on upper glute day, and then let's say you'd hit them again on Friday, it makes such a difference in your pump. You'll feel your pump so early in your glute workout just by keeping that tension. Just do 5 more and you're good. Good. Yeah, we'll make up for the week on this glute workout. We'll have a crazy pump. So it's just getting comfortable, whether it's here, and I'm telling Annie this too, or if you want to put your leg up against and do it this way. Whatever we need to do to get your knee full hip extension to activate, contract the upper glutes. So whatever's comfortable to you guys, we just got to perform the movement and get that range of motion. Yeah, and that's fine too. And you got to make sure your chest is down like hers is, parallel to the ground, so that you can get your knee high enough to hit hip extension. These are beautiful. And I always recommend starting with the green band. It's the lightest band we have. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds on the 2 bands. Greens are the lightest, and then the 2 black ones are the heaviest. So we got 15 here. We're going to be working our reps with the 2 bands and any of the bands for 15 to 20 reps at home. Just because it's lighter resistance, you want to do higher reps, working for volume, getting that metabolic stress in the glutes. These are really good. But notice how she's getting her knee up here to glute level, even a little past glute level, to get full hip extension. You guys got to get that knee up. That's the only way you're going to contract your upper glutes. Good. So we'll start first set at 15 reps. We'll work our way up to 20 reps, come the second and third set, just to get more, because it's lighter resistance. So you guys always want to keep those reps higher when you have lighter resistance. A great example, like I've always said with any of the elevation that we do, find something at home to just elevate yourself. We got 2 igloo ice chests right here to elevate her for her sumo squats. So here we go. Just find something that's stable enough for you guys to perform the movement. Yeah, that's fine. You can hold it that way, or you can even hold it from the cap. There you go. So then it's easy. Yeah, because then it's easier for it to stay between you. Just like that. So sitting back on her heels. Yeah, and you can even, that's even better. Keeping her toes out. Yep. And if you feel like when you're doing your sumos, you're stuck and you can't get depth, getting your hips under your knee like she is here, open up your toes. That will help. You can bring your heels in a little bit more, but opening up your toes will open up your hips and it will allow you to sit back like she is now. And that's what she was just doing. Good. And try, bring your, just about right there. That's it. Because we don't want to get that butt wink. There you go. That's fine. And as long as it's not hurting her back, the butt wink you can get away with, but you just don't want to get in the habit of doing that, especially when you start adding weight and you're lifting heavier weights. But we're going to do 3 sets of 15 on these sumos, and then we'll show you guys the glute isolation exercise we'll be supersetting with. These are really good though. Beautiful form, chin tuck, back is staying neutral with her spine or with her neck, and she's keeping that dumbbell nice and close to her and just sitting back in her heels last set or last rep. Beautiful. So like I said, when you're starting your 2 compounds, you just do a lighter isolation like the donkeys and the lateral leg raises to get these going. So working the upper and lateral glute. Yes, these are for the lateral glute, but you do get a lot of upper glute contraction in these. And she's just going to do 15 of these. Really good. Find something to hold on to, stabilize yourself. That's what she did here. And we're going to do the same thing. So notice how she's kicking back at an angle, right? She's not kicking directly to her side, because if she were to do that, she would just be folding at her hip. Here, she's actually contracting her glutes. You can see the dimple in her cheek every time she kicks. Those are really good. And we'll show you guys what I mean by kicking straight out to your side when she finishes her set. Good. And she's just gonna do 15, still using the lighter tube. So now what I want you to do is just show them what that looks like. Do like 5. This is where you might feel it too much in your hips, because notice how her hip is just folding. You don't see any of her glute contracting, squeezing, right? Now you do. So kicking kind of back at your side, like if you were to reach behind you without turning your shoulders, what you want that to feel like. Good. All right, let's see it. So frog pumps, working for the pump now. She's got 20 of these, 20 to 30. Like I said, if you feel like you can get 30, you want more of a challenge, go for the 30 when you're at home. Maybe the first week you start with 20 reps, and then the second or the third week you want to aim for 30. That's what that progressive overload looks like. It's not just the weight, the increase of resistance, it's also the reps and the sets and being able to hold your reps under longer tension. All of that is progressive overload. Good. But notice how she's keeping her knees open. She put that band mid-thigh, which helps you guys keep the knees open a little more. And then try to get that pelvic tilt a little sooner. There you go. So then you don't hyperextend when you're trying to reach hip extension. Pelvic tilt sooner, squeezing the abs and the glutes together. And then she's on the sides of her feet. These are beautiful. She's got 20. Reach full hip extension though on all your hip thrusts, glute bridges, frog pumps, kickbacks, all of them. Lateral leg raises, you got to reach full hip extension every time. And that's that lockout here she gets. Squeeze in the glutes and the abs. Good. So the quadruped kicks to superset with those frog pumps. What I want you to pay attention to is the 90 degrees she's keeping in her leg, and this heel staying back towards her head of anything, right? Don't let this heel get out this way. Don't let it flare out. You need to keep it stabilized, feeling like you're just like tapping the ceiling with your heel every time to get hip extension and contract your upper glutes. We're going to do 20 reps on these ones, but that's what's most important on the quadruped kicks. You don't want to turn it into a full extension donkey kick. You need to keep your heel back to get that good squeeze and contract the upper glutes, just like that. Good. We're using the ankle weights. So you guys can use the fabric booty band or the ankle straps, and we'll show you guys how to use both of those for the quadruped kicks. Good. So we're going to show you guys the fabric band way. Yep. So just get it as high as you can. You might not be able to get your knee up all the way as much as you'd like at first, but just work at it. You can even bring the band a little more mid-thigh than closer to your knees, but that's where all the range of motion is at your knees. So you do want it closer to your knees. That's your goal. And then just stretching it from there. But such a good burn with the fabric band because it's holding the tension through the range of motion up and down. You have that tension held. Good. That's it. Now we'll do the other one. Yeah, it burns, huh? So we're going to do it with the ankle straps now. I just want you guys to see, we're going to put these on the upper calf instead of the ankles, so that, because you're moving at your knees on the quadruped kicks, we just want the range of motion to be tighter. And we're going to use a stronger band. So notice the smaller black band we're using. This is the strongest one in the bag. And then I would connect the inside loops. So the inside rings are what you want to use. Ready? Let's do it. So you can do your opposite leg, the one that you didn't just do. So your right leg. Yeah, so then you can move it all the way inside. So notice how she just moved both of the rings all the way inside, because it can get a little uncomfortable when you're on your knees with the ankle straps. So just twist the ankle strap to where everything's facing inside. You might even do it. Yeah, you'll have to do it with that one too. So here she is, just turning both rings inside. So both of the rings will be facing like this, inside your legs. Yep. All right, 20. Just like that, keeping that knee or that heel back as much as you can. Yeah, there you go. But just like that, ladies, 20. So there's 3 different ways you can do this. You can do it with the ankle weights, fabric band, which really does burn the fabric band, and then the ankle straps as well with the different tube bands. And if the black is too tough, try the green first and then work your way up to the black tube. Just like that. She's got it. Good. We are going to do kickback crossovers with the Peach Gains orange band, and we're going to do hip abduction. We are going to do hip abduction with the band. 3 rounds if you're feeling crazy, but we're going to do 2 rounds, and she's going to do up and over is 1. We're going to do 15 on the kickback crossovers, and then the hip abduction we're doing 30. But remember, on your hip abduction, make sure you get that 1,000 hold every time. Make the reps count. Don't just fly through your reps. Okay? And like I said, Annie is somebody who had never trained weights before, about 3 months ago when we started training together. And then I lost her for about the last 3 months. Yeah. And then now she's back. So she's basically still in beginner mode. But she had never touched weights before and saw her progress in 9 weeks by just following this simple concept that we're doing here today. So here we go. We're showing you guys the at-home version, and this is the burnout that we are ending with. We always end the glute workout with a burnout. Always. The pump is so important. Okay, so up and over, just like that. Mid-thigh. Or if you want more resistance, put that band closer to your knees, but this is perfect. Up and over is 1. And like I said, she's going to do 15. You guys can do these with the ankle weights as well, and you can do them with the ankle straps. I just love doing them with the band because it comes with more tension, and that tension is held all the way up through lateral, full hip extension. When you get up and over, that tension is held all the way. You will feel the difference with the fabric band. Good, but just like that. Next. So the second exercise of the burnout, like I said, hip abduction. We are leaning back a little bit more to contract the upper glutes. So remember, the hip abduction leaning forward is more for the under. Yes, in general, you're still going to contract the upper. You're going to activate your upper glutes. But you get more contraction when you're leaning back for your upper glutes, which is why I elevated her butt a little bit on the pillow, and then she's leaning everything back. So we got 30 of these. Notice how she's pausing at the top every time. Make the reps count, right? Don't just rush through your hip abduction exercises or reps when you're using a band. Don't just rush through your hip abduction reps when you're using a band, because the range of motion is so small. Good. But we got 30 of these. Getting a nice 1 second squeeze, just like that every time. We got 2 rounds. Woo! So she's just finishing up her last set of her burnout. Yep. But today we gave you guys the beginner upper booty workout that you guys now can do for the next 4 weeks to work at all the exercises that you're going to be repeating in your routine, that you should be repeating in your routine to work on your upper glutes and just developing your glutes in general for your upper glute day, being the hip thrusts, the sumo squats, and then all the hip extension exercises for this first week. But I'm excited for us to get back on YouTube in the Peach Gains channel. This was the first video we are launching today, or we are dropping today, and then we have one every week that's coming out. The next one that we do at home with Annie will be under booty, so stay tuned for that one. Good.